no bats today because I'm trying to address more than just the folks on this channel. But long story short, I'm showing up here as my persona rather than in person because I really don't have software I can afford that doesn't give me very bad quality for either my video or audio when I record. So here I am. That aside, onto the subject of this video, which admittedly deviates from this channel, but hear me out. I really wanted to address it, and it's a very important topic on many people's minds. I wanted to talk about the Scooby-Doo parody's use of the AI voices, and before anyone freaks out, no, I'm not here to rant about, the creator and go off on a tangent. Well, it is a tangent, but anyway. I wanted to address specifically the use of AI voices in that video. And to be clear from the start, like I said, this is not me ranting about the creator. They apologize for using AI voices in their video and seem sincere. I highly respect the apology you see here, and I think it's good of them to understand why some folks are upset. They are not really the focus, though. I wanted to focus on the large corporations using AI is bad, but not small indie creators idea that's spreading. Really, actually, I wanted to ask people a few questions because I genuinely do not know where people stand on it, other than it's coming across as extremely biased in favor of visual art over things like vocal art. Now, let me explain. Say I make an analog horror piece. I am not an animator, I don't have the means to take videos, and go around and do that, so I would get one of those AI programs to make a creepy looking commercial. The current way AI makes commercials or videos right now is super uncanny and creepy, which could be of use for the horror community to snag for a few good analog horrors, because I would be writing that all myself, and finding the voices for it. Would people specifically saying it is okay for small creators to do this because they do not have a large budget and are not rich agree with me doing that? Would they say that it's perfectly okay? If not, then why the dismissive attitude in this case towards AI voices specifically? It feels like a double standard in the art world, when in reality the crux of the issue is every bit of it has been fed and taught off of stolen media from vocal artists, authors, and visual artists, so people should be treating this in the same way they would if I did what I mentioned. Which brings us to the ultimate question. Are small creators open to get a pass on the use of AI in any area? Also, I'm not talking about the people who are happy that the creator in question apologized, by the way. I'm in that camp, I'm happy that they apologize, and that's great. And I might be given a hard time by really anti-AI extremists, but I think it is admirable that the person apologized for what they did, and I think some voice actors screaming they will never work for them again are indeed overreacting, as someone trying to grow as a voice actor myself. We can't all be expected to know every single thing. Hell, I didn't know there was a website where actors could be reached out to for free work. I signed up for it specifically, put my vocal demos on the forums for World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV machinima projects. And I'm trying to grow as a voice actor, not a creator who would be further out of the know. So we come down to the people who say it is being blown out of proportion and that indie creators should be able to do this because of their lack of budget. My main question here, the purpose of this video, is where is the line? Can indie creators like me do what I suggested earlier in this video? Because I certainly don't have the money for much of anything, I'm doing all this on my own right now. Why would visual art be more frowned upon when other forms of creatives are also being stolen from? We would have a completely different issue, or not even an issue, a conversation rather, if this stuff wasn't stolen. Then there is also the quote-unquote person with this voice gave permission for AI use, which technically speaking would also be allowed. Something like that, someone may argue, is not the cause for visual AI programs, in which case I would agree. Because all visual AI art programs are trained off of stolen art, where if someone is alone training the AI with their own voice, and then they give permission, that's not stolen, they're giving permission. At least that's what I believe. I could be wrong, I will admit that I am not well versed on that particular issue. I'm just saying it's what makes sense. So, I just want people to think about all of this, and why one form of it is okay over another. If the answer is the voice actor specifically said we can use their voice in AI, then I'll take it. By the way, I do not give permission for that for my voice. But if other people can make their own decisions, But if we're talking about AI programs with stolen voices, like Ursula with a Little Mermaid, then no. I'm pretty sure most of them are that way, by the way, but I would have to do some research, and whatever creator would be using it would also be having to do that research. That said, I know this video is an unusual one for this channel. I did technically ask a touch about analog horror, though, so, I mean, it sort of fits. I don't plan on using AI on this channel unless there is some way to do so ethically. I don't think I should get a free pass either if I do so unethically, and I appreciate the person for apologizing. As I said, I am indeed willing to voice certain projects for certain durations for free, but I am super picky. I'd love to collab with more horror channels though, but I know I'm too small for that right now. I'm really sorry for the delays in videos in general, I just find it hard to remain motivated, that's all. I do have the horror and nostalgia all written up, so hopefully I will be able to work on that one soon once I voice it. I guess for paid projects, I also want to voice for video games, animated characters, and audiobooks. I have an audiobook I wrote, narrated, and produced coming out soon. It's called Clouds of Midgard, a Norse mythology urban fantasy. That would be enough self-promotion for now, though. Thank you for sticking around. So, all in all, I do want to know people's thoughts on this subject matter. Let's say someone's trying to use AI voices, from the stolen ones, no permission, for their video. Do they get a pass because it is voicing over visual, or do they not? By the way, I also think it's extremely wrong to do it for visual art too, again. AI is certainly an interesting tool. It's not really one that I'm looking forward to. There's not really heart or soul in it. But the main problem in the end really is the fact that it's been trained off of stolen art and artists that have not given permission in all areas. Authors, writers, and visual art. On that darker note, I do want to know what you all think, so have a nice night or day wherever it is for you folks, and please let me know in the comments. I kind of want to spark this conversation, because it seems very relevant.